Chapter 1 Integers Exercise 1.1. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the questions of exercise 1.1. So, first question. Following number line shows the temperature in degrees Celsius at different places on a particular day. So, here is a number line which is showing the temperature in degrees Celsius at different place on a particular day. Now we have to find out the temperature of the places which were marked on it. So if we just look at the temperatures of the places which were marked on it, then here this is 0, and on the right side of 0 we have positive integers, and on the left side of 0 we have negative integers. So if we move to our right, then we have the temperature of Shimla equals to 5 degree Celsius. Now after 5 step we move to 10, then 11, 12, 13 and 14. So the temperature of Ooty is 14 degree Celsius. Then 15, after 15 again 5 steps, so we reached 20, and then 21, 22. So the temperature of Bangalore is 22 degree Celsius. Now let's move to left hand side of 0. From here the next step is -1 and then -2. So the temperature of Srinagar is -2 degree Celsius. Then after -2 we have -5 marked here. So just count from here: -5, -6, -7 and then -8. So the temperature of Lahaul Spiti is -8 degree Celsius. So in this way you have to just observe the number line and write the temperature of the places which were marked on it. Now let's move to part B of question number 1. In part B you have to find out the temperature difference between the hottest and the coldest places among the above. So the hottest place is the place having maximum temperature, and here Bangalore has the maximum temperature. So the temperature of hottest place is 22 degrees Celsius, which is the temperature of Bangalore. Similarly, the temperature of the hottest place means the temperature of a place having minimum temperature, and the minimum temperature is -8 degree Celsius, which is the temperature of Lahaul Spiti. So the temperature of the hottest place is 22 degrees Celsius. The temperature at the coldest place is -8 degrees Celsius, and now we are going to find out the temperature difference. So we have to subtract the temperature of Lahaul Spiti from the temperature of Bangalore. So the temperature difference equals to 22 degrees Celsius minus -8 degree Celsius, which is equals to 22 plus 8, which is equals to 30 degree Celsius. Hence the temperature difference between the hottest and coldest places 30 degree Celsius. Part C of question number 1 says, what is the temperature difference between Lahaul Spiti and Srinagar? So from the first part we get the temperature at Lahaul Spiti is -8 degrees Celsius. The temperature at Srinagar is -2 degrees Celsius. So the temperature difference equals to -2 minus -8. So for calculating the temperature difference you have to subtract the temperature of Lahaul Spiti from the temperature of Srinagar. So -2 minus -8, which is equals to -2 plus 8, and which is equals to 6 degree Celsius. So the temperature difference between Lahaul Spiti and Srinagar is 6 degree Celsius. Now let's move to third part of question number 1. Can we say temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is less than the temperature at Shimla? So the first part, you have to find out that the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is less than the temperature at Shimla. So from the first part, we get the temperature at Srinagar is -2 degrees Celsius. The temperature at Shimla equals to 5 degrees Celsius. So 5 plus -2 equals to 3. So the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is 3 degrees Celsius. Now the temperature of Shimla is 5 degrees Celsius and the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together equals to 3 degrees Celsius, and 5 is greater than 3. So that means the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is less than the temperature at Shimla. So this is the answer for first part of this question. Now the second part says, is it also less than the temperature at Srinagar? Now we have to compare the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together with the temperature at Srinagar. So the temperature at Srinagar is -2 degrees Celsius and the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is 3 degrees Celsius, and 3 is greater than -2. Why? Because 3 is a positive integer and -2 is a negative integer. Positive integers are always greater than negative integers. So 3 is greater than -2 degrees Celsius. That means the temperature at Srinagar and Shimla taken together is not less than temperature at Srinagar. This time the temperature of Srinagar and Shimla taken together is more than the temperature at Srinagar. Now question number 2 of exercise 1.1. The question says, in a quiz, positive marks are given for correct answers and negative marks are given for incorrect answers. So if your answer is correct, you will be awarded with a positive mark, and if your answer is incorrect, then you will be awarded with a negative mark. So if Jack's score in 5 successive rounds were 25, -5, -10, 15 and 10, so you have to find out his total at the end. So for finding out the total score of the Jack, you have to add the score of Jack in the 5 successive rounds. So the total score of Jack is equals to 25 plus -5 plus -10 plus 15 plus 10, which is equals to 25 -5 -10 plus 15 plus 10. Now just add all the positive integers. So 25 plus 15 equals to 40 and 40 plus 10 equals to 50. Now add the negative integers. -5 -10 equals to -15 and 50 minus 15 equals to 35. So Jack's total score at the end is 35. Now question number 3 of exercise 1.1. So question number 3 says, at Srinagar, temperature was -5 degrees Celsius on Monday, and then it dropped by 2 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. So on Monday, the Srinagar temperature is -5 degrees Celsius, and on Tuesday it dropped by 2 degrees Celsius. So after dropping, the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday equals to -5 -2. Since the temperature dropped, so we have to subtract 2 from -5. So the temperature on Tuesday at Srinagar equals to -5 -2. which is equals to -7 degree Celsius. Now, what was the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday? So we have already calculated that the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday is -7 degree Celsius. Now, on Wednesday, it rose by 4 degrees Celsius. So again, on Wednesday, the temperature is rising by 4 degrees Celsius. So since the temperature is rising, so you have to just add 4 degrees Celsius to the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday. So the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday is -7, and on Wednesday it rises by 4 degrees Celsius. So the temperature on Wednesday equals to -7 plus 4. So -7 plus 4 equals to -3. So the temperature on Wednesday at Srinagar equals to -3 degree Celsius. Question number 4 of exercise 1.1. Question number 4 says a plane is flying at a height of 5,000 meter above the sea level. So the height of plane is 5,000 meter. Now at a particular point, it is exactly above a submarine floating 1200 meter below the sea level. So the submarine is floating 1200 meter below the sea level. What is the vertical distance between them? So here is a diagram representing the whole situation. This is the sea level, which is marked by this point 0. So here we have 0. Now the position of plane is 5,000 meter above this sea level. So the height of plane is 5,000 meter above, and the depth of submarine is 1200 meter below the sea level. So if we represent the height of plane by integers, then the plane height is represented by a positive integer since it is above the point 0, and the position of submarine is represented by a negative integer. So plane is flying at a height which is represented by 5,000 meter, a positive integer, and the depth of submarine equals to 1200 meter, which we can represent it by -1200 because it is below 0. Now to find out the vertical distance between them, we have to just subtract -1200 from 5,000, so which is equals to 5,000 minus -1200, which is equals to 5,000 plus 1200, which is equals to 6,200 meter. You can also directly find out the distance by using this diagram. From here, from this point, that is 0, from here to this point, the distance is 5,000. From this point 0 to this point, the distance is 1200. So the vertical distance between plane and submarine equals to 5,000 plus 1200, which is equals to 6,200 meter. So if you don't want to represent the depth and height by integers, you can just directly calculate it by using the diagram. Question number 5 says Mohan deposits rupees 2,000 in his bank account and withdraws rupees 1,642 from it the next day. If withdrawal of amount from the account is represented by a negative integer, so if the amount which is withdrawal from his account, it is represented by a negative integer, then how will you represent the amount which is deposited? Since deposited is the opposite of withdrawal, so if we are representing the withdrawal amount by a negative integer, so the deposited amount is represented by a positive integer because they are opposite of each other. So the withdrawal of amount from the account is represented by a negative integer, and the deposit of the amount to the account is represented by a positive integer. Now the second part says find the balance in Mohan account after the withdrawal. So he deposited 2000 rupees, and on the next day he withdrew rupees 1642 from the bank account. So what is the balance in Mohan's account? For this you have to subtract 1642 from 2000. So 2000 minus 1642 equals to 358. So this is the balance in Mohan's account after withdrawal. Question number 6. Rita goes 20 km towards east from a point A to the point B. So from here Rita goes in the east direction, and how much kilometer? 20 kilometers. So from here she goes towards east 20 kilometer and reached point B. So the distance between A and B equals to 20 kilometer. Now from B, from here she moves 30 kilometer towards west. Now she is moving toward west direction along the same road. So this is my point B, and she is moving 30 kilometer towards west. So from B, now she is moving 30 kilometer towards west. If the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, so if she goes towards east direction, then this distance is represented by positive integer. Then the first question is, how will you represent the distance traveled towards west? Since travel toward west is the opposite of travel towards east, so if you are representing the distance towards east by a positive integer, then the distance towards west is represented by a negative integer. So the distance in west direction is represented by a negative integer. Now the second part says, by which integer will you represent her final position from A? So now let's calculate. From this point, the distance traveled by Rita in east direction is equals to 20 kilometer. We are representing it by a positive integer 20. Now from B point, the distance traveled in west direction is represented by negative integer. So here we have minus 30 kilometer. So the total distance which is traveled by Rita from here to here and from here to the point which is 30 kilometer towards west. So we have to calculate the distance from A to B and then B to the point where she reached after moving 30 kilometer toward west. For this you have to add these two distances. So 20 plus minus 30 equals to 20 minus 30, which is equals to minus 10 kilometer. Hence we will represent the distance traveled by Rita from point A by a negative integer. Question number 7. In a magic square, each row, column and diagonal have the same sum. Check which of the following is a magic square. So I am doing the first part of question number 7. Here you have a square. You have to check whether it is a magic square or not. It is a magic square if the sum of the numbers in each row, in each column and in both the diagonals is equal. So now let's find out the sum of numbers in each column. So this is the first column, and in the first column we have 5, minus 5 and 0. So the sum of numbers in first column equals to 5 plus minus 5 plus 0, which is equals to 0. Now let's find the sum of numbers in the second column. So in the second column we have minus 1 plus minus 2 plus 3, which is equals to minus 1 minus 2 equals to minus 3, and minus 3 plus 3 equals to 0. So again we get 0. Now let's move to third column. So the sum of numbers in third column equals to minus 4 plus 7 plus minus 3, which is equals to minus 4 plus 7, and this will become minus 3. Now first add the numbers with negative sign. So minus 4 minus 3 equals to minus 7, and minus 7 plus 7 equals to 0. So the sum of the numbers in each column equals to 0. Now let's find the sum of the numbers in each row. So here we have first row, and the numbers are 5, minus 1 and minus 4. The sum is equals to 5 plus minus 1 plus minus 4, which is equals to 5 minus 1 minus 4. So minus 1 minus 4 becomes minus 5, and 5 minus 5 equals to 0. Now let's find the sum of the numbers in second row. Second row we have minus 5 plus minus 2 plus 7, which is equals to minus 5 minus 2 plus 7. Minus 5 minus 2 equals to minus 7, and minus 7 plus 7 equals to 0. So again the sum is 0. Now let's find the sum of numbers in the third row, and the sum is 0 plus 3 plus minus 3, which is equals to 0 plus 3, and this will become minus 3. So plus 3 minus 3 equals to 0. So the sum of the numbers in each row is again equals to 0. Now let's find out the sum of the numbers in each diagonal. So here we have the first diagonal, and the numbers are 5, minus 2 and minus 3. So the sum is 5 plus minus 2 plus minus 3, which is equals to 5 minus 2 minus 3. Again minus 2 minus 3 equals to minus 5, and 5 minus 5 equals to 0. Now let's find the sum of numbers in the second diagonal. Here we have the second diagonal, and the numbers are 0, minus 2 and minus 4. So the sum is 0 plus minus 4 plus minus 2, which is equals to minus 4 minus 2 plus 0, which is equals to minus 6. So the sum of the numbers in second diagonal is not equals to 0. Although the sum of the numbers in each column and each row equals to 0, but we have a diagonal in which the sum of the numbers is not equals to 0. That means this square is not a magic square. Now question number 8. Question number 8 is a question of verification. You have to verify a minus minus b equals to a plus b. We have already used this fact that minus minus equals to plus. Now we have to verify this by using the following values of a and b. So we have values of a and b. We have to substitute those values, and then we have to verify this relation. So for verification, you have to first solve the left hand side of this equation. Then you have to solve the right hand side of this equation, and if the answer which we will get in the left hand side and right hand side, if the answer is equal, then you say that our equation is verified. So I am doing the first part, you have to do the rest of the parts of question number 8. But the value of a is 21 and the value of b is 18. Now substitute the value of a and b in the left hand side of this equation. So the left hand side is a minus minus b. So here a equals to 21 and b equals to 18. So after substituting we get 21 minus minus 18. Now just open this bracket. After opening you will get a plus sign here. Why? As we have already learned that subtracting a number from a given number is same as adding the additive inverse of that number. So the additive inverse of minus 18 is 18. So subtracting minus 18 from 21 is same as adding the additive inverse of minus 18 with 21. So here we get 21 plus 18, which is equals to 39. Now let's move on to right hand side of this equation, which is equals to a plus b. So here you have to just substitute the value of a and b. So a equals to 21, b equals to 18, and 21 plus 18 equals to 39. So the value which we get after solving the left hand side is 39. The value which we get after solving right hand side is again 39. So left hand side equals to right hand side, hence our equation is verified. Number 9 is use the sign of greater than, less than or equal to in the box to make the statements true. So again I am doing the first part of this question. The rest of the part you have to do on your own. So in the A part, the question is -8 plus -4. Here you have a bracket and -8 minus -4. So in the left hand side of this bracket you have -8 plus -4, which is equals to -8 minus 4, which is equals to -12. So after solving the numbers which were there in the left hand side of this box, we get -12. Now let's solve the numbers which were given on the right hand side of this box. So here we have -8 minus -4, which is equals to -8 plus 4, and which is equals to -4. Now out of these two numbers, which one is greater? So -4 is greater than -12. So on the left hand side we have -12, and on the right hand side we have -4, and -12 is less than -4. So we have -12 less than -4. That means here we have to use the sign of less than. So this sign is used to make this statement true. Similarly, you have to do the rest of the parts of question number 9. Now question number 10. In question number 10, you have a situation. A water tank has steps inside it. So here we have a water tank which have steps inside it. A monkey is sitting on the topmost step. That means the first step. The water level is at the 9th step. Now the situation is he jumps 3 steps down. So the monkey is jumping 3 steps down and then jump back 2 steps up. So after jumping 3 steps down, he again jump back 2 steps. So in how many jumps will he reach the water level? So the water level is at 9th step. So you have to find out in how many jumps he will reach the 9th step. So let's calculate this. Initially the monkey is sitting at the topmost step, that is the first step. So after first jump, the monkey will be at 1 plus 3 because he jumped 3 steps down. So he is at first step and he is going to jump 3 steps down. So we have to add 3 steps. So 1 plus 3 equals to 4 steps. So after first jump, the monkey is at 4 steps. Now he jumped back 2 steps. So now we have to minus 2 from 4. So after second jump, the monkey is at 4 minus 2 equals to 2 step. So after first jump, the monkey is at 4 step, and after second jump, he is at second step. Now again from second step, he jumped 3 steps down. So again we have to add 3. So 2 plus 3 equals to 5. And then again he jumped back 2 steps. So in the fourth jump, we have to subtract 2 from 5. So 5 minus 2 equals to 3. So after fourth jump, he is at 3 step. After fifth jump, again we have to add 3. So 3 plus 3 equals to 6. And after sixth jump, he is at 6 minus 2 equals to 4 steps. So doing like this, we get that the monkey reached the 9 steps after 11th jump. So you have to just add 3 and then you have to subtract 2. In this way, after 11th jump, the monkey will be at 9th step. Question number 10, part 2. After drinking water, he wants to go back. For this, he jumps 4 steps up and then jump back 2 steps down in every move. In how many jumps will he reach back at the top step? So here the situation is like this. Initially the monkey is at first step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our 8th step, and now the 9th step. So initially the monkey is at this step and he reached 9th step after jumping. So now he is at 9th step. Now he want to move back. So in the first case we see that the downward movement of the monkey, the downward movement is represented by a positive integer, or you can say whenever the monkey is jumping downward, then you are adding those steps, and whenever he is moving upward, you are subtracting those steps. So similarly in this case the monkey is moving 4 steps upward. So if he is moving 4 steps upward, then we have to subtract those steps, and if he is moving 2 steps downward, then we have to add those steps. I am again repeating. From first case we see that this is our first step and this is our 9th step. So whenever the monkey is moving downward, so we are adding those steps, and whenever the monkey is moving upward, we are subtracting those steps. Similarly in this case, now the monkey is at 9th step, so whenever he is moving upward, we are going to subtract those steps, and whenever he is moving downward, we are going to add those steps. So after first jump, the monkey is going 4 steps upward. So since he is moving 4 steps upward, so we are subtracting those first steps, those 4 steps. So 9 minus 4 equals to 5. So after first jump, he is at 5th step. Now he is jumping back 2 steps down. So now he is moving downward. So downward movement will be added up. So now we are going to add those 2 steps. So 5 plus 2 equal to 7. So after second jump, he is at 7 steps. Again he is moving 4 steps down upward. So the upward steps we are subtracting. So 7 minus 4 equals to 3 steps. So after third jump, the monkey will be at third step. Now again downward movement. So 2 step downward means adding 2 to 3. So 2 plus 3 equal to 5. So after fourth jump, the monkey is at 5th step. Again we have to move 4 steps upward. So again we are subtracting it. So 5 minus 4 equals to 1. So after 5th jump, the monkey is at first step. So in the question we were asked to find out how many jumps will he reach back the top step. So after 5th jump, the monkey will reach back at the top step. Now third part of question number 10. If the number of steps moved down is represented by a negative integers, so the number of steps which were moved down by the monkey, they are represented by a negative integers, and the number of steps which were moved up by positive integers. So represent his moves in part 1 and 2 by completing the following. So in part 1, the monkey is jumping 3 steps downward and then 2 steps upward. So the downward steps are represented by a negative integer, so -3, and the upward steps are represented by positive integer, so +2. So in the first step he reached the 9th step after 11th jump, so just add -3 in the first step, then +2 second jump, again -3 third jump, again +2 fourth jump. Similarly, in this way, after 11th jump the situation is like this: -3 +2 -3 +2 -3 +2. This -3 represent first jump, then second jump, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. This will stop at 11 because the monkey will reach 9th step after 11 jumps. Now just add the negative integers, so -3 is added 6 times, so -18, and 2 is added 5 times, so 2 plus 2 into 5 equals to 10. So -18 plus 10 equals to -8. So here we have to find out the sum, or we have to just complete it. So we will get -8, and in the RHS we also have -8. So move in part 1 represent monkey is going down 8 steps downward. Why downward? Because the downward steps are represented by negative integers. So here the monkey is moving 8 steps downward. Now in the second part the monkey is moving 4 steps upward and then 2 steps downward. So upward steps are represented by positive integers and downward steps are represented by negative integer. So 4 step upwards mean +4 and 2 steps downward means -2. And after 5th jump he reached first step. So here 4 first jump, -2, then second jump, third, fourth, fifth. So the situation is like this: 4 -2 +4 -2 +4. This 4 represent the 4 steps upward, and -2 represent 2 steps downward. So 4 -2 +4 -2 +4 equals to 4 + 4 + 4 equals to 12, and -2 -2 equals to -4, which is again equals to 8. So RHS equals to 8. That means in the second part represent monkey is going up 8 step. Why 8 step upward? Because the upward distance is represented by positive integers. So here we get +8. So +8 represent he is moving 8 steps upward, and in the first part -8 represent he is moving 8 steps downward.